Good morning, Facebook family and friends and YouTube subscribers. Today is Wednesday. It is January 7th, 2015. And in Atlanta, this has made the national news. It's been a situation here in Atlanta where the fire chief, the chief over the entire City of Atlanta Fire Department, wrote a book. His name was Kelvin Cochran. He wrote a book last year, and the book is called "Who Told You That You Were Naked?" And it uses religion to support his anti-gay beliefs. So the fire police chief Kelvin Cochran wrote this book. The book called "Gay Folks Unclean." The book compares gay people to pedophiles and people who have sex with animals. The book also has anti-Semitic and anti-women passages. Not only did he publish the book, now he published this book himself, the fire chief. He handed it out to the firehouse and reportedly discussed its contents with his employees. Something many might feel makes for an uncomfortable work environment. Now here he is, the fire chief of Atlanta, but he has some very anti-gay thoughts because of his religious beliefs. He writes a book. The book is published by him, and then he passes the book out at his job, at work, the fire chief. He has all these people that work under him from the fire department. And so anyway, when this first hit the news, he was suspended for about a month. After he came back from suspension, he was fired. He was dismissed from his job because of the book he wrote about gays. Now, this is a long article. There are many, many articles that you can read about what took place and why the mayor, Kasim Reed, decided to let Fire Chief Kelvin Cochran go. This is the problem I have with this. And I think this is the reason why this man was terminated from that job. It's fine to have your religious beliefs. But when you begin to try to force your religious beliefs on other employers or employees or co-workers, that's a problem. This man has a department with over 1,000 employees that work under him. So he's the boss of at least 1,000 or more people. He's also a fire chief serving the entire city of Atlanta. Entire city, not just certain neighborhoods, but he's over the entire, he's the fire chief. He's over all the fire departments that serve the entire city of Atlanta, a city of several million people. But you don't like gay people. Or you don't understand sexuality. And you think that... I was trying to find the exact verses that he said in his book. But the book compares gay people to pedophiles and people who have sex with animals, calling them unclean. And he used Bible scripture to back up his opinions about this in his book. And he's actually visited churches, and there are several videos online of him in these churches pushing this book, attempting to sell the book to various members of the religious Christian community in which he's a part of. Did he deserve to be fired? Of course. I don't care what job that you have, especially if you're an employee, you're working for the city, which means that these millions of folks who live in Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is a predominantly gay city, black and white and Hispanic. You have a lot of gays who live here in Atlanta. I won't say predominantly, but you have a lot of gays who live here in the city of Atlanta. So for him to have thoughts that gays are unclean, pedophiles, and what did he write? Who have sex with animals. Clearly, he didn't think the situation through clearly. Maybe he didn't want that job. Maybe he needs to go on out and promote his book of ignorance to other Christians who will buy it and support him and his logic. But he definitely does not deserve to be the fire chief here in Atlanta with ignorant, biased opinions about gays. I'm a black gay man. Been gay all my life. Since I was a little kid. Born gay. I know a lot of them don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. I don't like religious people because they're idiots. They're some of the most dumbest people on planet Earth. They hate, this man, the fire chief, can hate gays, but love something he can't see, touch, or feel. But he'll hate the person sitting next to him because they're homosexual, I'm having problems today. Homosexual, he will hate them, but love a force or person, Jesus, that you cannot see, touch, feel, talk to, or communicate to. Invisible. Something that's not there. But you hate the person sitting next to you. No, he needed to go. He needed to be fired. And we don't need employees like that working in the city of Atlanta who have biased, horrible, ignorant opinions. This is ignorance. I mean, homophobia to me is ignorance. Racism to me is ignorance. These are both ignorant because it's uncalled for. You don't understand a person's sexuality, you're ignorant. If you want to go stand by the beliefs, your religious belief, then you are ignorant. Religion is ignorance. I know a lot of people don't want to like to hear that, but religion is ignorance. It really is. Racism is flat out ignorance. It is. So this man had to go. He had to be fired from his job. And I don't, this is not the first person or the last person who will lose his job over ignorant comments or behavior against people who are gay or black or women. They have to go, especially if they work in a city position. Or when you using taxpayers' money to pay these people's paychecks. This man was getting paid by the gays that he hated. Well, they were paying his paycheck. Those pedophiles and gays, unclean gays, who's all this mess, ignorant mess. Well, they're the ones paying his paycheck. Did he not think about that? Now he's on an unemployment line, looking for a job. And I can assure you, he won't be able to go back and do too many. Prior to him working as a fire chief, he worked for FEMA. He was an administrator for the United States Federal Administration for FEMA in 2009 for several months before they got rid of him. They said, okay, this is a nutcake here. Bye! They got rid of his ass. He came on down here to Atlanta. Sad, I think, personally. But hey, that's the decision he made. When he wrote that book, he should have realized that he was walking down a path. Now, here's the interesting part. I think that he could have wrote that book and wrote it differently and just said that I don't agree with the gay lifestyle, as everybody always use that lifestyle where I don't agree with them homosexuals. He could have said that. But when you start going deeper into this and making biased, ignorant comments about comparing gays to pedophiles or gays having sex with animals and you don't like gay marriage and all this stuff, he crossed a line that cost him his job, and he needs to be gone. Well, anyway, he's fired. He's gone. I'm glad. We don't need any more fools like him in any government position at all, whether state, local, or whatever. If you're ignorant, you're ignorant. You need to go. And this man was ignorant. And I'm glad he's gone. So anyway, if you like my videos, please click like, share them with family members and friends, and please share with me your thoughts about the fire chief firing, and what you think and why he was fired, and do you approve or are you against this man being terminated from that position as fire chief because of his anti-gay religious beliefs? Anyway, I'm out. Enjoy your Wednesday, and I look forward to reading you guys' comments. Bye.